The older I get, the more the unknown excites me. The known just gets boring, repetitive, monotonous. The unknown brings a level of excitement that, well, you have no idea what's going to happen. And all these little lakes down some little dirt road, terrible landing, provides some level of unknown. .20, 48 degrees, last day of May, which is a Saturday, and it's going to be beautiful out, which means one thing: we got to stay off the big lakes today, the popular lakes, infiltrated with people. Did some digging around last night, found a couple of lakes like an hour plus away that are real small. I'm talking like a couple 100 acres, some real puddles here. Now, most of the time these lakes, not good for walleye fishing, right? But we're gonna take a gamble today. We got two of them we highlighted on the map, both small, both had somewhat decent surveys. By decent surveys, I mean like a fish an acre. So if you're taking a lake that's, let's say, 120 acres, it's probably got 120 walleyes in it, allegedly, right? There's one that had 2 adults per acre. That was a couple 100 acres. So that one maybe has 400 walleyes in a 200-acre lake. I must issue a disclaimer that most of the time these lakes are not very good, leading to a pretty slow bite and not very many walleyes caught, and driving home feeling defeated. However, in the off chance we do catch some walleyes, it could be a fun day. We could discover a new lake and could get on a cool bite.
Continue for 3 miles.
You know, when you start getting to 27.5 Avenue, 22.25, 19 3/8 avenues, that you're getting close to some little hidden lakes. All right, we are out here. Here's the deal. Super clear. I was not anticipating that. Very sandy. Not much for weeds, not much for shallow water. Lake actually gets relatively deep. These kind of lakes, a lot of times, just based on the first 1 minute of being out here, fish one of two ways. You might have some fish on some little sweet spots where there might be a touch of weeds on a shoreline or something like that, or you're just gonna have fish roaming the middle of the lake. Seems like one of those lakes where they maybe dump bait in here to get walleyes in here. And then these fish just might be running around the middle of the lake. I don't know. I'm kind of like into how this lake could potentially fish, but we're gonna drive around a little bit, just look at some structure on the side imaging here. We're out here at 17 feet right now. It's pretty bland. There's just like a few like little touches of rock, touches of weeds. Kind of a unique, interesting little lake, and we'll kind of see what's going on. But we got a little bit of driving to do. Obviously, this lake's only 200 acres, so there's not going to be a whole lot to look at here before we just got to start fishing. See that right there? Big wad of suspended bait fish. Let's see if we can get over to kind of see how deep it is. So this could potentially be some of these tiny little lakes that put like smelt or some kind of weird bait in. This like really has that feel to it. Look at all this other bait way up high. This immediately indicates to me that it's all right where it comes down and meets that break line out in the middle. This lake seems like there might not be a lot of structure, so all these fish might just be somewhere out here in the middle of the lake. That definitely has some potential. A lot of just plain sand. We're gonna start, there's just some little fringe weed here. It's not really much to look at, but there is a bunch of like either perch or bluegills or stuff kind of suspended on this little flat, so gotta start somewhere. Doesn't look great yet, haven't seen a lot, but a lot of times you can just kind of fish your way into something that looks like it's got potential, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you get to new lake, I don't like to get too crazy. Just fish with a standby that works. And we're gonna go 1/8 ounce show jig here with 3/4 of a crawler on there. Something I can cast into some weeds, I can drag around. If I do see fish suspending off the edge, I can cast to them. Pretty simple right there. Looks good though. That bait has caught a lot of walleyes. I don't know what these things are. There's a fair amount of them. We were kind of right on our assessment though. If these are walleyes, they're real snaky. Like they just, your bait hits the water. We're sitting in 22 feet of water. Your bait hits the water and gets down about 2 feet and they start shooting up at it, but then they go back down. It's just some of these like big marks out here just in this flat right next to deep water. Alright, we just gotta go to it. We just gotta fish the jig and crawler. Go slow. Slow and wispy. Oh, right here. On. It's big too. Holy smokes, dude. That was maybe my 10th cast. I'm seeing some of these fish that are just flying way up to the surface and then flying down. It's a walleye. Oh my goodness, dude. It's a really nice one. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, dude. I almost don't even want to talk too loudly, you know? This is ridiculous. This could get out of control here. Super nice walleye right here, man. Super nice walleye. Holy smokes, dude. I forgot my main GoPro cam, so you guys are just gonna have to deal with me on this video. Look at this, dude. Look at this fish right here. Holy smokes, dude. Jig and crawler. All right, we're figuring some stuff out. How's that? A 23 incher for our first one of the day? Are you kidding me? On a tiny little lake? Oh my goodness, dude. Oh my goodness. What did we just do? What I am gonna do though is tie in a much longer lead. I mean, this lake is very clear. I'm used to fishing some very clear water, but maybe they're just a little bit more affected by it here. At least we're in the camouflaged boat, right? Was that too much of a dad joke? Oh, can't hardly see out there in that camouflaged boat. My gut is telling me 1/8 ounce Kalen show jig crawler. And then it's telling me like 1/8 ounce jig and like a fluke style minnow. I'm shook right now. If these are all walleyes, and if that was just like an average one, what this could be. You got it right here. No, dude, how did he drop that? How did he drop that? You got it right here. Come on. On. Feeling good. Come on, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, dude. We are stumbling into something here, which is insane. I'm gonna try to get you guys some decent footage of this going down here without my hat cam. This is nuts. This is nuts. Look at these fish, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. What is happening? You guys, I cannot tell you guys how excited I am about this right now. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. Look at this thing, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. For just some little lake, are you kidding me? This is unreal. This is unreal, dude. Come here, come here. Just a stud. An absolute stud of a walleye on a brand new lake. On the tungsten, brand new show jig too, man. This jig has been absolutely lights out for me this year. What a toad, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just put that little longer lead on too. I'm at like a 12-foot lead. It's very clear these fish can see from a really long ways away. Oh my goodness. What is happening? Look at that fish, dude. Oh my gosh, man. Do I leave now? Is this just like too much? This does not happen. I do a lot of this where I go places and it's just like, it's that one little point where you catch a couple 14 inchers. This is strange. This is bizarre to me. Got him right here. Come on, baby, come on. On. Unbelievable. This might not be the biggest one of the day. It's feeling nice though. I mean, this is utterly insane. This is utterly insane. Pisses me off I forgot my other camera. Because of how ridiculous this is. Look at this fish. This might be the worst filming job you guys have ever seen on my channel, since maybe back in the day. Look at these things. Oh my goodness, dude. This is not right. Unbelievable. And they're just gorgeous, clean fish too. Just absolutely gorgeous. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Unbelievable. I'm like in a dream right now. This can't be real that this is happening. Ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Gorgeous, healthy fish too. Absolutely perfect. Unbelievable. What is going on? So one of the first waypoints I dropped when I got out here was on this rock right here that bumps out into the basin. And I just saw a couple of fish on it on the Hummingbird here. Just right where this rock comes out and goes like this, they're perched up out off that edge, which is, I call it the big fish zone. And that's where you see a lot of big fish sit in that area. Whether it's a big weed bed that comes out and breaks, or it's a steep break line, and then fish perch up off the edge. I call it the big fish spot or the big fish zone. And it seems like when you get fish that sit there, they're generally better sized. And it's like the smaller ones, a lot of times will group up like inside on structure. Then you'll have those big fish out there off the edge. And I'm so lucky that I get to obviously fish a lot. A lot of times you just get to a lake and you look at the water and you look at how the bait is and you look how the weeds are and you kind of get a gut feeling on what it could be. And our gut feeling was like spot on this one. That you're just going to be, I'm sure these fish use shoreline at some times a year, but for the most part, I think they just sit out off a lot of these breaks and they just hunt bait. Just because the lake's so clear, there's just, you know, there's not just a lot of cover for them up like on top of stuff. Like a lot of other lakes right now, we're fishing a lot of weeds. That is just not the case on this lake at all. Got him right here. Come on. On, baby. On. Oh my gosh. I've actually been casting at quite a few. A lot of them seem real fickle. I mean, this is going to be another stud. This is insane. And I don't know if like right when I got here right away, they were bitier because that sun was low and the water was still clear. It's clearly gotten a lot tougher. A lot of times in these lakes that are loaded with fish, super clear, what you'll see is if you fish an area, you might catch some good ones like on the first couple casts, and then all of a sudden it starts to just slow way down once those fish have either seen your boat already or interacted with you. I mean, dude, this should be the biggest one of the day right here. You really want this one. Small lake giant, dude. It's got potential. We're getting the net out for this one. This is too much going on. Come on, buddy. Stud. Stud. Unbelievable. Come here. Oh my gosh. Come here. I'm losing it, dude. I'm losing it. I can't take this level of excitement. Oh my gosh, dude. Taking a gamble on the unknown. It rarely pays off quite like this, but I'm in disbelief, man. This is unbelievable to me. Just want to take such good care of these fish too, because bodies of water like this are just so rare. So unbelievably rare. And more than likely, these are all stocked fish, which means there's no natural reproduction. And a lot of times you might not see just like a lot of continuous stocking. So what you might be dealing with is like clearly, like potentially one class of fish. That's all going to be about, 23 to 28 inches long. And and then once those fish are gone, they're gone, right? It's one reason it seems like catch and release on these lakes just so important. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I mean, clearly, like, there's a decent number of fish in here, number one, and the size is absurd. That was the first one I casted at with the gold 1/8 ounce Pendu right there. I'm shocked, man. I'm shocked. Yeah, dude, they're all over the jerk minnow. Oh my gosh, it's a giant smallmouth. It's insane. God. What? I am speechless. I am speechless right now, dude. Look at the size of this thing when he comes up. Look at this fish, dude. Oh my goodness. What is happening? Wait till you guys see this thing. Oh my goodness, dude. He just launched out of the water. Everything is absolutely destroying the jerk minnow. Oh my gosh. Get him popped off here. That's easily a 20-inch smallie right there. He's not as big as I thought. He's 20 and a half, 20 and a quarter right in there. Unbelievable, dude. What is going on out here? This is insane to me. Absolutely insane. See you later, dude. I honestly have no idea what to say. This something crazy is going on. This is what I'm using right here. It's basically, if you kind of rig this thing a little wonky like this, and I'll kind of show you here how it kind of, you can almost see how the nose of that's like kind of pressed down. It gives it a little bit more of this like walkie rolly action. I didn't make this tip up. I learned it from a bass guy. And basically all I'm doing is casting it out there. And the water's so clear. All you got to do is just kind of sit there and like rock it like this, and that thing's just, that tail's going like this, and it's just kind of hovering like that. And clearly what these fish are eating out here is just all this bait. I don't know what the bait is, But clearly just these fish are very used to like flying really fast at it and eating it like that, because they are just like rocketing around to the stuff. All right, real quick, get asked so many questions on rigging and things like that in the XL boat here, and might as well address one of the elephants in the room. So I put, you guys first of all know how loyal I am a Humminbird guy. I've been using it since day one, still absolutely loving it. And but how do you ever know anything now with how like contradicting or how conflicting all the Sonar forward facing stuff is? How do you ever know what you're talking about in the grand scheme if you don't try the other things? So that's what we're doing. The graph setup in this boat is, I was gonna put a Mega Live on here. Mega Live 2 was the original thing. And I was like, well, you know, we already collect a bajillion hours of content on that. Know what that's all about on the Warrior boat, the big boat. And so we put a Garmin on this one for the forward facing unit on my carbon fiber TKI CNC pole here. Now, the other one, which I've been wildly impressed with so far, is this is my Explorer, the Humminbird Explorer 9-inch right here. And this thing, the clarity I get on side imaging is almost shocking, I would say, on this Explorer unit. I don't know what the difference is, but it's absolutely mind-boggling. Like sometimes on this, I'm looking at this thing, comparison to my Warrior, I'm like, this is every bit as good, if not almost better than my Apex that I have in there. So absolutely blown away with that. On the back here, what we got is TKI CNC carbon fiber pole. Now, the beautiful thing about this, as you guys have seen, is it's totally, let me set this up here real quick, is that it's super simple, obviously, to take this thing in and out, number one. And if you're a guy who fishes in a small boat, you can make this thing as long or as short as you want, just with a quick set screw. It also weighs like absolutely nothing, obviously, because it's carbon fiber. Same thing, I actually used ice fishing, just without the tripod on it. That fits right in the TKI CNC holder right there. So the whole setup is just extremely like compact, adaptable. And if you want to, like, let's say obviously go down the highway here, I'll just slide that down, take this, lift it straight up here, and it's all nice and compact. So my live pole is not just rattling around somewhere in the bottom of my boat. Just like this right here. And it all fits in there super clean and out of the way. Now the graph mounts that I have on here, this is a newer one from TKI. Now, if you guys have followed the TKI CNC journey with me over the last couple of years, you know, we started playing with their live poles. Now the carbon fiber one's out. Now I've been running their graph mounts on my big Warrior, unbelievably impressed. This is a little bit more of a compact design right here. Now it obviously goes right in a track mount, these are track mounts from XL that are made to fit right into the groove of the XL. They're relatively inexpensive, so I put one here, one there, and one there for trolling, rod holders. So you can basically have all the functionality that you'd have at a big boat with a track system, right? Now, to get these graphs out of the way, it makes a lot of sense to put them in this track. I'll link this mount down below. And if you guys know TKI CNC, you know that these will be around long after I'm still around. Unbelievably indestructible. They're fully adjustable, just with a hex bullet right there. There's not a ton of different moving parts that can break. So it's just a very simple, no nonsense, compact design on this stuff right here. Between the TKI CNC pole and both my graphs right there on a XL track that comes right from XL. So that's pretty much my graph setup. I know we got a million questions on that. Fishing in these smaller boats, one thing I've noticed, you don't have obviously all the room to play with like I do in the Cadillac and the Warrior. So getting this part dialed has been really important, and it makes just the whole experience much more functional out of a little boat like this. Well, the original plan was to go fish 2 lakes today, but needless to say, we're not going to do that. There's no shot we're going to strike gold twice in 2 days, or twice in the same day. So we're just going to kind of keep putting around, looking for a few different things. We kind of got it pretty dialed in. I mean, there's like no weeds in this lake. Some of these lakes just get rusty crayfish in them, and they'll kind of deplete the weeds. But the fact that there is no weeds, I mean, all this bait fish just has nowhere to hide but run around. And obviously the walleyes are just crashing into them wherever they are pretty much. Got him right there. Wow, dude. It's just a pile of bait out here on this point. And the fish are running around so fast, it's hard to even get to them. This is gonna be a big walleye for sure here. Dude, he absolutely smoked that jerk minnow. Absolutely smoked it. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're on a different spot here. We've just been moving around. I think we kind of got lucky and this is big. I think we kind of got lucky and stumbled onto like that first spot where there's just all those fish. Because there's not this many fish everywhere. Oh my gosh, dude, where's my net? This is insane, dude. I cannot tell you how ridiculous this is. Look at this. What am I supposed to do? I want to get my other camera going here. Look at that, dude. Look at the other ones following it, dude. There's a big bass following him. Oh my goodness. He's still probably about the same size as some of the other ones. But dude, they fight so insanely hard. Come here, bud. Oh, got him. Got him. Look at that. Mouth full of jerk minnow and show jig, baby. That is the deal. The crawler obviously got some bites, but this seems to be like, they're obviously not eating crawlers. What they want to eat is this bait fish that's running around. Unbelievable. Such pretty goldfish too, man. These fish are just running around chasing bait like a madman. And that's literally all there is to it here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness, man. I don't know what to say. This is utterly insane. If you look at my hummingbird side imaging right here, I just got on this point and stumbled in to just a little bit of this scattered kind of rock here. And it's all kind of, you know, just kind of littered out and around like this. You can see as I'm going, this is kind of what I'm dealing with. Just a little bit of hard bottom out on one of these points here. And you can see even, you know, going over a few fish on this spot, but it's basically just on one of these bald kind of looking points. I mean, this is what the point looks like right here. I just been dropping a few waypoints right where I see a little bit of hard bottom or some fish on the side imaging. And they'll move around really fast. These fish are just chasing bait fish around. You'll see those big clouds of bait. And then like right behind it will be 3 nice marks. I don't know what to say. I'm totally speechless, dude. We gotta get out of here though. It literally feels like I'm doing something illegal right now. You know, when the fishing's so good, you're like, is there like a law on this lake you can't fish here? Is there something going on? Like I had to pay that's $200 license fee to access this private lake. I have no idea what's going on. This is insane. This is not how this goes. Gin clear water. Look at that fish, dude. How cool is that? Just fat. Unbelievable. Come here, dude. We just want to grab you real quick. Stay on for me. Oh, we got him. This might be one of the fatter ones yet. I have no idea what to say. This is unreal. There's a 25-incher, fat, healthy as can be. Utterly insane. Let's let it go. This is out of control. Absolutely out of control. Oh my gosh. I feel like we had to leave. Someone at the boat landing legitimately asked me if there was any fish in the lake. Just a couple bluegills and perch, old son. Did not expect that at all, obviously. We do a lot of these new lake things. I think it's fun. I think it's it's hard. If I go to the same place too many times, I can't get excited about it. Even if I can go somewhere and catch 100 fish tomorrow, it's hard for me to get excited about it, to film a video, if I'm not personally excited about it. One thing that excites me is big water, big fish. Another thing that excites me, figuring out a tough bite. Another thing that excites me is fishing new lakes. Now, obviously, the most important thing, if you find a lake like this, it's a hidden gem, or your buddies do, or if you just fish a little lake, these fish are almost irreplaceable. Granted, could the DNR get back on a stocking program, really ramp up, get fish back in there? Yes. A lot of times what it seems like is these little lakes, it's all has to be, catch and release has to be so important. Now, could you maybe keep a fish out of this lake? 'Cause it seems like there's a bunch and nobody's gonna notice yet. You keep a bunch, your buddy Johnny keeps a bunch, and before you know it, his buddy keeps a bunch, and then the lake sucks, right? Catch and release, so unbelievably important on lakes like this in my mind. Now, you could, the flip side argument would be, oh, all the lakes are just stocked. It's a put and take type fishery. Yeah, that's how the DNR might look at it, but here's the thing. Is more walleyes gonna be a problem? Not in my book, right? I like catching fish. You guys are watching this. You guys probably also like catching fish. I had an absolute ball this morning. It's 11 o'clock right now. Started getting hot. The only people out there was a couple people out there. I think they were like sniping smallmouth off beds. And then there was a group that was like looking like they're pan fishing back in this one tiny bay. So pretty unbelievable. But hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. Hopefully you guys like some of the breakdowns. It was a lot to kind of just like do as quickly as I could. Like, hey, here's the kind of spot we're catching fish on, blah, 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 blah. And then without my second camera, it was a little difficult too, but hopefully it somehow came together. So I appreciate you guys watching. I had a lot of fun. I'm gonna get back home, edit this video. Discovered a new gem today. Check point on the map. So if you guys are out there doing some small lake hunting, keep hope, and it can be done. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you guys on the next one.